On television, you can hear a lot of scheduled laughter and jokes. However, on occasion, a genuine, unfiltered breakthrough has occurred. This is what transpired when Kelly Ripa, a well-known American morning show personality, peered directly into the camera and broke the news that her husband, Mark Consuelos, was experiencing a medical emergency. She was crying for more than just a famous person. The terrace belonged to a mother, wife, or woman who suddenly realized how precarious life is. Well, what transpired exactly? What exactly did Kelly reveal in that heartbreaking admission? This is more than just a story about being unwell. Stay here now. It's a tale of love, courage, and the kind of fortitude that emerges in the face of adversity. The heartbreaking TV remark made by Kelly Ripa. People cry when Mark Consuelos' health is in crisis. Like many others, the day began normally. The room was electric with Kelly's characteristic vivacity, and she was grinning from ear to ear. All around, people were laughing and making jokes. Later on, though, her tone shifted. Suddenly, Kelly ceased to be the polished TV host. Her expression changed and her eyes gleamed. She was a nearly broken wife. Tearfully, she broke the news to him that Mark had been ill. Within the room, a hush fell. Home viewers leaned in closer. Furthermore, Kelly Ripa's statement was not only newsworthy at that moment, living through a heartbreak. For many, Kelly and Mark are far more than their television fame might indicate. Whereas Hollywood weddings don't endure long, they represent love that lasts. Whether it was their brief romance on All My Children or their decades-long partnership and 3 children, they always appeared unstoppable. Kelly's cries were so powerful because of that. If they were concerned that it could befall them, they appeared to be a powerful couple. How did that impact the rest of society? It served as a cautionary story about the fact that illness does not respect celebrity, fortune, or fairy tales. Suddenly, it appears. A complete shift occurs. The reality behind the cameras was far more sinister than what the average person would assume. Kelly would either calmly deal with the storm at home or brighten TV screens during the day. Late-night doctor's appointments, going through terrifying moments, and asking many questions with no obvious answers. Almost gasping for air, she was that powerful. But she persevered, smiling and applying makeup every morning until she could no longer. She was never supposed to confess. In a sense, it liberated me because the agony was too intense to bear. The truth was revealed. When it comes to his work, his emotions, and his body, Mark Consuelos is renownedly powerful. However, nothing had ever tested him more than a health catastrophe. Mark kept his head up and focused on being grateful rather than giving up out of fear. Thank God for early detection, for doctors, and for Kelly, who was there for him the whole time. Mark was comforting Kelly at home as she sobbed in front of millions of people, saying, "We'll get through this together." Kelly felt compelled to continue fighting beside him because of his courage, which did not alleviate his worry. The revelation startled Michael, Lola, and Jackin, who were the children of Consuelos. Because he was the oldest, Michael took it upon himself to watch over his smaller brothers and make sure they felt secure. In order to cope with his challenges, Lola turned to her singing and writing. A reminder that there was still happiness in the house came from the youngest child, Joyne, who also discovered ways to make everyone laugh. The sight of their children banding together in a struggle gave Kelly and Mark emotional support. During difficult circumstances, their family remained united and even strengthened. Kelly is an energetic and humorous person who is deeply committed to her beliefs and her family. She leaned toward each of them as the darkness descended. She has spoken publicly about how she cried more than she had anticipated. But crying isn't a sign of weakness. They make room for hope. Because of your candor, the audience truly related to you. Kelly wept for the first time. I was reminded by them that even the strongest can break. After she came clean on television, people began to pitch in from all across the nation. The band received fan letters. People shared stories about people who had battled cancer. On social media, people were praying and offering words of support in abundance. According to Kelly, she had never felt so comfortable with others after that. Their encouragement helped her persevere through difficult times. She was never truly alone on this path. Her love for Mark served as a constant reminder of that. The community's resilience was on full display in the face of tragedy. The Ripa Consuelo family was able to overcome their challenges with the support of their community. What can we draw from Kelly's unfortunate reality? The ideal love doesn't exist. Being present is what matters. There are scenes of people waiting in hospital rooms with others, holding hands despite the terror, and muttering words of comfort as the fear takes over. It wasn't just Kelly who shed a tear. All of us know what they proved to be true. Many viewers were moved to tears as Kelly Ripa broke the news of her husband Mark Consuelo's tragic health situation on live television. Here on the set of Live with Kelly and Mark, Ripa's emotional fragility was exposed. In addition, it provided an unusually candid glimpse into the couple's personal problems. As a TV pair, Ripa and Consuelos have enjoyed a long run of popularity. Fans adore them for their hilarious banter, mutual support, and easygoing friendship both on and off screen. But their reliance on one another was highlighted in this moment, especially when faced with unexpected challenges that alter their life. Both the man she loves and the harsh realities of life for which none of us are ever truly prepared brought tears to Ripa's eyes. Already, famous people have a hard time opening up about their personal life, and discussing something as delicate and scary as a health issue just makes things worse. Still, Kelly gracefully informed Mark's loved ones that he had been ill for some time, and she admitted that it was more challenging for her to grasp than she had anticipated. Even Ripa, who is generally upbeat and animated, showed a great deal of emotion. For her supporters and anyone else experiencing similar hardships, it was a moving moment. In spite of her long history of candor about her family life, she has always maintained a distinct separation between her professional and home life. Be that as it may, this forthright confession demonstrated that no one is perfect and that even the strongest and most level-headed individuals experience frailties from time to time. Most of Mark Consuelo's health issues went unrecognized until Ripa's breakdown, because he wanted to keep his focus on career and family. Mark hadn't spoken much about it himself, but Kelly's confession revealed that the entire family, not just him, had endured the hardship. Like most parents, Michael and Lola felt the effects of the crisis on their family. They struggled to find a balance between being there to help, trying to keep things normal, and being terrified of what could happen. Ripa discussed the challenges of caregiving and how no matter how much love and support you offer, the burden can still feel overwhelming at times. She said that she had not been able to cope with anything until the past few days, since her emotions were so intense. She felt that by sharing her suffering, she could help those who may be experiencing similar things realize that they are not alone. The depth of their love was palpable as Ripa recounted Mark's resilience in the face of adversity to weather the storm. She emphasized they depended on one another as they always had. The admiration Ripa had for her husband's strength shone through as she described his composed demeanor in the face of adversity. The public got a rare look at the couple's personal lives, which showed their fans that famous people, like everyone else, had problems. As the section progressed, the typically energetic on-set chit-chat transformed into a sense of camaraderie and understanding. While she continued to wipe away her emotions, Kelly thanked the audience for their support, explaining that it had been essential in helping her overcome this difficult period. The connection between Ripa and her fans was crystal clear in that moment. Honesty and trust have grown our relationship. Aside from Mark's health issues, Kelly's stress response had other causes as well. It demonstrated the depth of their bond, which includes love, vulnerability, and strength. It served as a gentle reminder that it's all right to cry sometimes and admit that I'm not always strong. Our genuine strength comes to the surface when we're emotionally vulnerable and grieving. Love is what keeps Kelly and Mark going when times get tough, and we can all take solace in that as they continue to work through this issue.